Good evening, I'm Jackie Spade. The Naviti resort is now closed following a fire that destroyed a major portion of the hotel yesterday. No one was hurt, but as Christopher Chand reports, tourists were given the fright of their lives.
The fire started at around 3 p.m. yesterday, catching staff and guests off guard. This is what used to be the bar and the restaurant lounge area. You can see behind me the trail of destruction left by this blaze. Tourists had to be evacuated to nearby Warwick, which is only a few minutes away. Even before firefighters arrived, resort staff and some guests rallied together to save what they could and stop the blaze from spreading. This Australian family is visiting our shores for the first time. Right before their eyes, the fire destroyed the entire facility area. They had to run out of their rooms, children were panicking, and families were looking around for their loved ones.
It was a little bit scary. I was a little bit nervous.
Oh, the kids did have a bit of a cry because
Yeah, a few of them,
because Bill came back just to check to see where we were, whether we'd come there, and then the kids were crying, and just because Daddy wasn't there and he might be caught in the fire, but we.
Coming out of the ordeal unscathed is a relief.
We don't care about the luggage. We want to find Angela and the kids, and my daughter Melissa, she ran off and found them and brought them back, and it was like big tears and cuddles and everything like that. Because, you know, Angela's got the two boys, you know, a single mum with two boys, you know, you've just got to keep an eye on them, don't you?
Guests are also full of praise for hotel staff and villagers who went out of their way to help tourists.
All the villagers, all
They were
the
all in
people.
there with hoses and everything.
Yeah. They were
doing their
getting
best.
in. It was just.
We love the Fiji spirit.
That was so well. That was so good.
Firefighters had to battle the blaze for over an hour before it was brought under control. It'll be a while before this facility reopens for guests. Even on social networking sites such as Facebook, people who've stayed at the resort have been expressing shock and sympathy at the unfortunate incident. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the resort managers could only stand by and watch as the site went up in flames. Director Tammy Tam broke into tears as most of the facilities at the Naviti, including her office, succumbed to the blaze. Christopher Chand again.
Staff at the Naviti told us this has been Tammy Tam's baby. When we approached her, her shock and trauma was evident. Trying to come to terms with what has happened, she managed to put on a brave face.
Very sad for us because we have this hotel for over 20 years now, and we had never had an incident like that. Unfortunately, it happened, so.
Even as the resort lies in a smoldering heap, Tam is planning rebuilding immediately and reopen by Christmas.
It depends on how fast we can get the clearance to start construction work. Hopefully that we will be able to reconstruct it in a short period of time.
Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association President Dixon Sito was also at the site last night. He'd worked here for many years.
And what is most touching is that the deck that we built, which you see over here, which is on fire, was during my time when we completed it, just on the eve of the Millennium celebration. That is like the Millennium deck where we watch the sunrise. So for me, it's a little bit of personal sadness as well.
It's believed the fire started from the kids' club, but official investigations are still underway. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
The Fiji military this morning held a remembrance parade in memory of soldiers who died in the November 2000 attempted mutiny. Military Commander Commodore Vorenge Bainimarama called on the country to honor the men who gave their lives at Queen Elizabeth Barracks.
Archers! Archers! Salute!
This dawn parade is in memory of 3 loyalist soldiers who were shot by CRW soldiers during the attempted mutiny.
Today, the second day of November, is a day we must never forget our comrades that gave their life to bring peace to our country.
12 years ago, on this day, a huge firefight erupted as soldiers took up arms against their fellow brothers, trying to bring down the military hierarchy. The last post, signaling of the end of the military day and the loss of life in battle as it was on November 2nd. The Reveille, the wake-up call for the fallen live on, never to be forgotten.
Some church leaders have forgotten them. Some politicians have forgotten them. We must not forget them. We should keep reminding them not to forget. From now onwards, the military will guide our country through, take out racism, and bring only peace for the future.
One of the deceased soldiers includes Lance Corporal Rawailemba. His family was also part of the Remembrance Parade.
Today, the 2nd of November, is the day that me and my family will never forget. It is the day our dad died here at the military camp.
This parade is held every year as a reminder of the lives that were sacrificed for a peaceful Fiji. Apisalome Doka, FBC News.
The Constitution Commission is yet to respond to a statement by the government expressing concern about what it claims is the impartiality of the Commission. The Commission's communications manager, Mithleshni Gurdayal, said they would contact us once they have a statement. Numerous attempts were made today to seek comments from Commission Chairman Professor Yash Gai. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama said the Commission is in breach of provisions of the decree that stipulates its staff and consultants must observe the non-negotiable principles and be politically neutral. The government questioned the appointment of Ratuchoni Mandraiwiwi as a short-term consultant to the Commission.